Why, hello there. Welcome. Please bring yourself out of the bad weather and join us for another rainy day reading. This week I'm joined by Johnathan. How are you doing, sir?
Getting over the flu.
Yeah, that always sucks. I'm here with Danni Kristen. How are you, ma'am?
I'm doing well. Very thankful it's the weekend.
Yeah, very thankful indeed. And we also have a special guest this evening. The man, the myth, the actual polar bear, Lamar the Frog.
Hello.
How are you doing, sir?
Hello, yes, I exist.
Bear.
I did it. Bears. Real. Dang.
I'm still kind of sad you're not just like, I kind of expected you to be like the Skynet of Twitter bots, Lamar. Like, I really wanted you to just be like the force that would take over the world.
Like I just come on with like a voice
accounts.
filter or something.
Exactly. So guys, we're going to talk about Ibitsu, which is... Okay, so Lamar, you were kind of brought in late, so let me explain.
Okay.
Back in the beginning of October, we reviewed a manga called Zashiki Onna. And it was about a woman stalking this guy, and she may or may not have been a demon devil. I wasn't sure I don't remember what we kind of decided on.
We decided she was because she scuttled away like Zoidberg.
That's right. That's right. We did decide that. Okay. And this is a manga that was inspired by that manga, and I thought would be a really good fit for this month because Valentine's Day. Do you guys agree?
There we go.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, if you have a little sister fetish.
Murder Oni-chan's perfectly fits the Valentine's Day spirit.
Very romantic.
Like,
It's basically this generation's Karikano.
Well.
So, the manga we're talking about is Ibitsu. And this is a horror series about a boy who gets stalked by a woman. But it's a creepy Lolita woman.
You should put horror in quotes, like you should do for the entire modern horror film industry at this point.
Like put 6 quotes around it and then italicize it, underline it.
It's horror in the same way that like a Hostel or a Saw film is horror, I think.
I mean, it had
and not like the original, and not the original Saw, which like that could still classify as kind of horror. I mean, like Saw 7 horror.
So comedy.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, let's face it. From this manga alone, what have you added? Like 5-6 memes to your repertoire, Johnathan?
Yes.
Exactly. There you go.
My favorite was the bowl of soup, personally.
Oh god, that was terrible. I hate seeing animals hurt. I'm sorry. I want to save all our real discussion of this for when we actually get to it. But first, and I believe you heard little bits and pieces of this, Lamar, but it is time for one of my favorite segments. What have you been reading? So, Lamar, what we do here is we basically talk about a manga we've been reading for fun. That's how it originally was, and then we realized a lot of the seasonal staff doesn't actually read because they failed kindergarten, so we had to we had to kind of broaden that out. So, Lamar, what have you been reading recently?
Let us see. In terms of anime-related things, I recently read through the entirety of Love Alternative, which do not trust any anime adaptation of it. The actual visual novel is very, very good. The unfortunate thing for it is that you have to play another visual novel before that, which is less good. But
it's Moo Love, of course. It's not going to exactly be high art.
Yeah, but Love Alternative does a really good job with a lot of the stuff. It actually handles some of the subject matter pretty well. There were a few plot points I wasn't a fan of, but what it's really, really good with is crazy foreshadowing. Like things from stuff that was minor details 2 games ago is now like these big plot twists and everything, but you didn't realize it, and it's like if you go back and play the first game after it, it's insane. But that was very enjoyable. I got through Catch-22, which is a classic, really, really funny. Lots of stuff ending up. It is somehow all-encompassing with the bureaucracy, which is scary when you realize it's not incompetent. And then also I started Infinite Jest, which I cannot even begin to explain without 2 hours to describe it.
On Moo Love, real quick, would you agree that it's only contribution that the only thing it's ever contributed to the cultural zeitgeist is the pilot suits. The boob sockets.
I don't think so, but that is actually one aspect of the VN I really wasn't a fan of. They make them better later in Alternative, but Alternative, it's actually very, very good. Unfortunately, none of the anime adaptations are. I tried watching a bit of Schwarzmarken like a week ago, and I was like, it's so passable.
Moon Love, wasn't that the spin-off you were talking about, Johnathan, that sucks this season?
Yes, the one with the laser jag. Have you heard about the laser jag? Have you been to the laser jag?
It's a wild laser jag, man. Have you seen it?
I've seen the first episode. I honestly want to see more of that series because I know it's going to be hilariously terrible, but I don't have the time.
Yeah, don't watch Total Eclipse because it is even worse.
Oh, I'm going to suggest people watch that for Heavy Storm just being ass.
Oh, speaking of which, I was going to bring this up tomorrow, Jonathan, but since you brought that up, we need an episode specially dedicated to Master of Martial Arts, and we need to make sure Stephanie is on that episode.
Christ. I watched that like years ago, and I regret every bit of it.
Yeah, I need to make that special. The problem is everyone needs to be able to watch it, and
we'll find a way. We will find a way.
I'm trying to watch it, but Funimation's site keeps crashing!
Who should go next?
Danny, how have you been? What have you been reading lately?
I've been good. Well, first, I realized recently I forgot to read the December chapter of Jojolian. So I recently read that and the new one.
Nice.
And, there's some interesting body horror going on right now in Jojolian with the new stand.
What's it called, first off? Because I want to see if I recognize the pop culture reference.
Yeah. If you don't mind, like, going to someone else while I look it up.
Nah, don't worry about it. Just keep going then.
It's like some obscure, I think, 80s funk band.
Gotcha.
Or funk song.
I need to get back on Jojolian because I just forgot that I was reading it a while ago.
You see, here's my problem with Jojolion, is that it has the same thing about pacing that kind of worked for Steel Ball Run, that I feel like I would have done the same thing with Steel Ball Run. The pacing is so terrible for a monthly format that I want to just wait for it to finish, and I don't care if that takes me like 5 years. Because I still love JoJo, and I still keep up with like the anime and stuff when I can. I still like go back and reread fights from previous volumes. So I'm sure like a few years from now I'll still be a JoJo fan, but I just don't want to have to sit there and go monthly with JoJo Leon.
I mean, you go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, it's the chapters are pretty lengthy, which is nice, but the pacing is kind of bad, and I was like, oh, it's taking so long to get through this. But I like the being able to just like talk with everyone about new things, like because we're finally starting to get into the backstory between Kira and well, I won't go far since you haven't read it, but we're finally starting to get the backstory of who Josuke is, nice. Gappy is.
Ooh,
Gappy.
Alright, that's finally good to hear then.
Yeah, I think the big problem with Jojolian for a while was just that like months would go by and we didn't really know what was going on necessarily. It was still entertaining and the fights were still really good and everything, but as far as like the main plot, it wasn't really like established, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I caught up on Jojolian recently, but I also like last night while I was reading. After I finished reading Ibitsu, I was like, I need to read more manga. So I went and read through both volumes of Kisses, Sighs, and Cherry Blossoms, which is it's just a collection of like Yuri short stories centered around.
I knew that was coming.
Centered around just one school, and it's got. Well, the first volume is all short stories, and then the second volume all centers around the relationship of the girls from the first chapter. And there are like cameos from other ones in there. But yeah, it's really good. I enjoyed it. It's by Milk Morinaga. A friend actually recommended it to me, and I want to try and read another one of her Yuri mangas called Girlfriends next. But they're pretty good. They're very, very cute, and I like that they're not really the pure love Yuri, where they just like hold hands and like there's like a chapter about one of the girls being like just so sexually frustrated because she and her girlfriend aren't fucking, and so it's relatable content. So yeah, it's
sorry.
Go on.
I was just wondering, since you brought how would you compare it to something like Galco-chan?
I don't think it's really the same as Galco-chan, just because, I mean, that's, I guess, the extent of the relatability gets. They don't go into, like, full on talking about their ass hairs and areolas, but it's very much a romance series, so it doesn't really get into all that stuff, but it's definitely more realistic, that it actually shows these girls wanting to have sex, because that's what a lot of people want when they're in a relationship.
That is the thing that happens.
But it's not something you often see in Yuri.
Could you
that's clearly.
Could you DM me the name of that author on Twitter so I can look that up? I need to read something Yuri, and right now my mind's going, you should start Citrus, and I know that's going to end badly.
Oh, I haven't even read Citrus.
I love the pictures of people like hiding Citrus behind something else on their shelf.
Wait, I can't.
Alright.
I need to check something. Did she also write Citrus? Because it always shows up on Amazon when I'm looking at her other stuff.
That's just because it's the popular Yuri thing.
I guess, but the cover style looks kind of similar.
Oh God.
Well, now we need to research.
The mystery.
Any second now, I'll find out. No, she did not write Citrus. Thank God. Okay.
You sound so relieved.
I am. It would have been kind of funny though. But yeah, I love. There's also one of my favorite things. I took a screenshot and posted on Twitter. There's like her little author's note on the cover of the manga. It's just something like, honestly, I just think cute girls should kiss cute girls and just be together with cute girls. And I'm just like, yeah, I really relate to this. Also, her author picture is a drawing of a drunk cat just saying Yuri. I like it.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
So yeah.
I believe it's...
Anything else you gotta say, Danny?
It's really good, and it's Yuri written by a woman, obviously for women, and I really appreciate that.
Excellent. Alright, thank you very much, Danny. Johnathan, I know you got 3 more series and about another half hour of editing down onto this, so why don't you go ahead and talk.
Okay, I'll try to keep this short since one of them doesn't have much content out and the other one I just started, but I'll save the last one, the big one, for last. So, first off, the first series I want to talk about is a manga I just started reading from Shonen Jump in the 90s that ran through pretty much all the 90s, called Ghost Sweeper Mikami. You may have heard of it. It's basically a horror comedy about a businesswoman who uses her skills as an exorcist to make millions and millions of Japanese dollars, whatever you call them.
Yen?
I was going to make up a funny racist term.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
You've ruined everything. You've ruined everything.
I'm sorry I walked over your joke of a fact.
Anyway, her name's Reiko, or her sidekick is Yoshishima, who is a disgusting pervert, and his role in the entire series is basically just to be pathetic and punched, and that makes me happy because he deserves it. And she also gets another sidekick in the first chapter, this little ghost girl I forgot to write down the name of, so on my notes it just says, the cute ghost girl that gets head pats from Reiko.
Oh. This just sounds more and more like Phantom World. Cute guy who just exists to get punched, and then cute girl getting pats.
Yeah, it does now you mention it. I first heard about this series when I was watching anime streams a few years back. Someone showed one of the movies from the anime I really liked. It had a really 90s sense of humor. You know, it's like, it was if you've ever seen Slayers, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh no.
That's that sort of humor, that sort of action. And so I just started reading the manga. It has great art, it has really hilarious reactions, and it's just very episodic so far. I'm just like in the second volume now. And I give it a good thumbs up. The other two series I want to talk about are both webcomics. And I think you might know this one, Lamar.
Oh, gee. It's called... I think I already know what you're going to say.
No, you don't.
Oh, I see.
Although it is related... It's called Back, and it's from written by Casey Green, the creator of Gun Show, and drawn by Anthony Clark, the creator of Neroid. And if you don't know what those are, Gun Show is a now discontinued Gag-A-Day series that spawned the Anime Club strip you may have seen floating around.
It also had the This Is Fine picture with the house on fire.
Yes, it also Wolfpocalypse, Graveyard Quest. It was a really good series. There are like collections being released now you should look up. And Neroid is another Gag-A-Day strip about egotistical blue jay and a stupid bear, and stuff happens.
I was gonna say, Reginald is the stupid one. Bear Tato is the smart one.
Yeah, that's about right.
Bear Tato snuck out of school to go to a more prestigious school.
Whenever I see it, all I think of is fucking one Cartoon Network show.
We Bear Bears?
No, the one about the Blue Jay.
Yeah.
Oh, regular show.
Regular show. Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Sorry.
I just assumed you were talking about Bears, Danny, because Lamar's here.
Bears are eternal.
Yeah.
Anyways, Back is very much a series you would expect from Casey Green if you've ever read Gun Show, more than just the comedy bits. It is an actual dramatic story about a woman named Abigail who's resurrected from the dead by these witches to destroy the world. But the entire series is utterly ridiculous and runs on cartoon logic, but it also seems very aware that it's running on cartoon logic and that this is unnatural, so you're not exactly sure where it's going. But it's like basically a perfect mix of really funny and really interesting. Like, one of the most recent chapters had this clown who was really mad that the characters took its clothes in an earlier chapter, so it's just staring angrily at them in a bar in one scene. It cuts away for a few pages, and then later on, Abigail just gets punched through a wall and just simply tells her sidekick, "There's a clown nearby."
Oh my god.
Oh, and the clown turns into a giant whale, so it's a weird series. I would definitely recommend it. The last series I want to talk about, though, is one that's like 10 chapters long, which equivalates to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of beautifully drawn pages. It's called Unsound by Ashley Cope, and it is seriously one of the best comics, not just webcomic, but comics in general, that I have ever read.
Nice.
It is absolutely gorgeous and just brilliant. It's a fantasy story about the daughter of a thief king named Sete, and her, as she calls him, attack zombie named Dwayne. When he's actually a former high priest of another country who was somehow resurrected into a zombified body, and he has no idea why, but he still has all his powers. So he's basically taking her to see her uncle to settle a debt so she can prove herself to her dad. But as the series goes on, they run into these slave traders who make things infinitely more complicated, and it becomes clear that the stories of Sete and Dwayne are intertwined in really twisted ways. I mean, the series gets dark. By the second chapter, you see the aftermath of a child sacrifice, and it is disturbing. And it only gets more surreal as it goes on. It's like a good mix of comedy, adventure, action, and fun character bits, and there are all these side characters and side plots building into each other. But I think my favorite part is when reality just breaks down for like an entire chapter, and you see all these weird, surreal images, and you don't know if it's like an afterlife or something else. And the most recent chapter, which finished up a month ago or so, the series is about to continue this month. It involves basically just hell breaking loose, tons of gore, tons of mayhem, like bodies being turned into puppets by some unnatural ghost-like force. It's just freaking amazing.
Baller.
Yeah, it's hard to compare it to any other series I've seen.
What was the name of this again?
Unsound. It has a really complex mythology, but it's all really interesting. It feels like nothing else I've ever read.
Nice.
So yeah, look that up. You'll love it.
Google.
Oh
wow! I just googled this now, and this art is already fantastic.
Just be warned, it is fucked up. Like, there's a guy in it named Starfish who's basically one of the slave traders. He's a pedophile, and he does not die until, like, all the way near the end of Chapter 10, and he's just horrible the whole way through, and you just want to see him finally get his. It's not, like, cartoonishly evil, it's, like, genuinely monster human evil. Yeah, so he goes from being a funny, creepy guy to being legitimately disturbing. And I like that they managed to do it with his silly-looking design. Just a fantastic series. I'm done.
Okay.
Alright, what was the timer for that?
I don't know, I forgot to start it.
At least it wasn't Homestuck bad.
I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna say Homestuck.
Yeah, no,
I
knew you were thinking that, Lamar. If you want to hear Johnathan ramble, if anyone wants to hear Johnathan ramble about Homestuck, go to the Hungry Joker episode. And just trust me on that.
And then keep listening, because I get actual mad about a terrible manga.
Oh god.
Yeah, no. I don't think you're ever going to forgive me for Hungry Joker, are you?
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Alright, so before I get into the manga that I want to talk about, I just have one thing to say. The latest chapter of Black Butler had the world's first boy band as a major plot point, and no one on Twitter gave a damn. What is wrong with you people?
Nobody cares about Black Butler.
Well,
it's the D. Gray Man. It's the D. Gray Man of Fujoshi manga.
See, Black Butler.
I disagree. I disagree. That's kind of an insult, because comparing anything to D. Gray Man is pretty insulting, even to the worst schlock we've had on this show.
Well then.
D. Gray Man is its own fucking, like, horrible mess.
I was gonna say, I thought Black Butler kind of just, like, fell off in popularity. Or,
Lamar,
within the
remember...
past, like, 6 or 7 years about.
Well, the problem is, I feel bad saying that as well, because, like, the whole thing fell to a mess when it switched to monthly.
Oh.
But that whole thing happened because, like, the author got sick and, like, couldn't keep it up anymore. And basically they're just putting out chapter after chapter, like, when they can, when they're actually well enough to do so. Mm-hmm. But it's like you can tell that the length between each chapter is just killing the series slowly but surely.
I mean, I guess that's preferable to the Berserk situation where Miura is just playing Idolmaster. So.
All right, so on to what I was going to talk about. So I'm going to talk about some Osamu Tezuka today.
Nice.
A while back, I talked about Alabaster and digital manga printing, a little group that puts out mainly boy love manga and Azuma Tezuka works.
Wow, that's
quite a bit of difference between those two, but that's what they specialize in.
I don't know. After Young Blackjack, that seems about right.
Yeah, fair enough.
I need to operate on this patient. Let me tear my shirt off.
So, a lot of their series get funded through Kickstarter. And, of course, the Boy Love series get, like, hundreds of thousands of dollars, but they also fund a lot of the Azuma Tezuka series, and I've backed 2 of them. And I got Alabasta and talked about it back during the Sweet Rain episode back in December. But a couple weeks ago, I got the other one that I ordered, which was Clockwork Apple, which I've had the chance to read. Clockwork Apple is a collection of one-shots of various horror and thriller one-shots from Azuma Tezuka between the years of 1968 and 1973. So there's no real running theme between any of the stories. They're all just like various little, both kind of short and longer one-shots. all dealing with different horror-related series, and each one of them I kind of think is their own quality because of that. Like, there are some that I think are really brilliant, like The Execution ends at 3 about a Nazi facing a firing squad, but he's also discovered a drug that a Jewish pharmacist made that can make him, that basically, like, speeds up his brain so that he can think, like, 10 times faster than the average man.
So he's Deathstroke.
Kinda, yeah. But it ends up kind of being like one of those, like, devil's twists to it at the end. Those are okay. And then you have ones, like Immaculation Conception, about a man and a robot living on a space station alone who fall in love until it's raided by pirates. It's kind of horror, it's kind of supernatural, but it's also much better written than some of the other ones in here. And so the entire volume kind of fluctuates in quality because of that, because they're all just different stories with no real aligning themes. There's no, like, symbolism that goes throughout each story. It's all just, like, it's all basically random one-shots. And honestly, I still say to pick this up, mainly because it is, first off, a fascinating gem of late 1960s, early 1970s manga horror, which you don't get to see a lot of, and when you do, like, it's often not in the best quality, because not a lot of stuff from that still exists, but I'm still, like, really enjoyed reading this. The main title story itself, Clockwork Apple, was perhaps the cheesiest little thing ever, and it also made perfect sense when I read in the book himself. Oh yeah, Tezuka admits to writing it without reading Clockwork Orange. Oh, okay.
That explains everything.
Exactly. But yeah, so that's basically my suggestion. I read a collection of one-shots and I enjoyed it.
Nice.
Would you say it's all those horror stories were as good as the one we are talking about today?
Well,
it depends on what you call good, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I think it grasps horror better than what we're talking about. But in the way that I think Halloween grasps horror as better than Hostel does.
Oh boy.
Let's just say I don't consider someone dying by sledgehammer for extended pages to be horror, much less gore.
Torture porn.
Yep, that's it.
There we go. Back it all up, we got it.
I just saw what Danni posted in the Skype chat. The woman who basically got drowned in boiling oil.
Oh my.
Yeah, no, that perfectly sums it up.
My tweet accompanying that one was my most popular tweet in my reading.
That was the that was the one where it's like when I'm cooking but I'm too hungry to wait for it to finish. Right?
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
Smells too good.
Alright, we are talking about Ibitsu, written by Haruto Ryu. I have to say that because there is other manga called Ibitsu. And, well, I explained it earlier. It's a boy that went to take out his trash one late night and found a creepy Lolita woman sitting amongst the garbage bags. And he asked if he had a little sister. He answered her, and his life was basically fucked from that point on.
So that tells you if someone says Oni-chan, you run.
I kind of. I'm trying to remember the name of that fucking show that came out that was really popular and no one thought it was about incest until the OVA came out, and then it specifically said it was about incest and that it is good, and then everyone was like, oh my god. What was that?
Oraimo.
Yeah, that's
it. Is that what Oraimo was about?
Oni-chan.
Yeah.
I mean, I got that. That was
Did anyone pull a chainsaw out of literally nowhere in Oraimo?
I kind of wish the series
that
ended
would be the reason
way.
to watch it.
Well, now you see, I think that's a good.
I thought I dropped.
So what you're saying is. So what you're saying is that Orihime needed to pull school days the same way this series pulled the school days at the end of it.
I mean, it was pulling the school days like all the way through it.
Yeah, exactly. I feel more series about, like, the big brothers and little sisters need to just be the School Days ending all the way through.
Yeah, basically.
Like this one
we
was.
need, like, 10 School Days endings.
Exactly!
My favorite School Day... See, with the visual novel, they actually have more than just a nice boat. There's one where someone gets pushed into an oncoming train.
Oh, really?
My God,
oh, no!
And
I do know that, because
they're holding
if
hands.
I recall, that's how the
happens.
manga ended.
But they're holding hands, and the person gets pushed in front of the train, and the person's just holding the stump. It's like leftover.
Oh.
It's horrible.
Oh man, that reminds me. If you guys ever get a chance, read the School Days manga, because that one also pulls a School Days ending, but one that's original.
Oh no.
That's
School
completely
Days pull
original
School Days
from
ending.
the anime.
Oh, School Days.
So, does anyone have anything they want to start us off talking about the series we're supposed to be talking about?
Where do we even start with this?
I have some reference. I'm browsing the Mal page because I always want to make sure I get the names right, and I noticed in the top reviews, it has the top 4 reviews, and the review scores go 9, 9, 2, and 9.
I saw this as well.
So this is a very polarizing manga, apparently.
Some people really like finding random people in the garbage, I guess.
Well, how about that? How about let's start with that? Did you actually find the girl scary?
No.
Oh God, no. She was
kind of
just
funny.
adorable.
Oh,
She was
God.
like, she was creepy, but in a way not scary creepy.
I mean, like, her design
just, like-
probably could have worked in, like, another series, but it's just the sheer ridiculous
Yeah,
fucking shit.
Yeah, this would have
writing.
been right at home in Future Diary.
Yeah, basically.
Like-
Actually, everything
like
that
the
happened
art-
in this series would be a great subplot in Future Diary.
Like, the art was really good, so it made her look creepy, but then she's just fucking talking about trash is good enough for little sister to trash.
Or like, spontaneously
Yeah,
be
no.
able to rip her own flesh off randomly for no reason.
Or reminding Oni-chan that it's not okay to throw a vase at your little sister.
Yeah.
Or stabbing a school mannequin in the crotch with several dozen scalpels.
Or whacking someone in the side with a hammer.
Or being very
that
upset
was
that you
actually
did not eat
gruesome.
her dinner.
Yeah, which contained a dog
Yeah, which
eyeball.
contained, like, a fucking dead dog in it, because, I don't know.
You know how twisted my mind is? When she said they only have 2 of them, and you saw the dog pie, I thought, oh, did she cook his testicles into it?
Oh, God.
And then there was an eyeball, and I'm like, oh, right, well, I'm a fucking terrible person.
Well,
I'm just like, there's something about... I really like horror series
know
when
you're
done
bad.
well, and I really like to laugh at horror series when done badly. And, so this was perfect. But, when it was, like, her with the
For which
eyeball
reason?
in her mouth, I had to stop on that page for, like, 3 minutes just laughing.
For me, it was it was in the final chapters where she's lecturing the main character about being a good brother.
Or where she just randomly manifests a chainsaw out of nowhere.
Oh no, that I'm okay with. I mean, it's a manga. It's from Japan. Of course, at some point in a hyper-violent series, someone's gonna pull out a chainsaw from nowhere.
I'm just convinced chainsaws have been more used in fiction to murder people than have been used to cut trees in real life.
personally, my favorite part is just when she cuts off his leg. This is like, hi, Oni-chan, just cuts off his leg.
No, that was a dream.
Let's see.
that was a dream,
Let's see you up that,
but-
Kathy Bates.
I was, for a moment, I was like, yes, thankfully, something funny.
We need to
Something's
get
happening.
We need to get a bit more concrete into the series and the people in it, or else we're just going to keep going on about how amazingly stupid it is, and we gotta say more than that.
All right, we've got
Okay,
we got
just
MC.
one last thing.
We've got
I don't think...
One last thing.
I got this.
Guy
I got this.
Guy
Are you
stabbed
ready?
through the face
Okay.
with
We've
a golf
got
club.
MC Kun, who's the generic protagonist. We
He's
got
also
him.
a bit of an asshole.
He's a bit of an asshole. He has the quality of being the main character, and therefore you should feel bad for him. We have his actual little sister, who's a normal person. We have crazy psycho Lolita garbage murder girl, who's like a demon, maybe.
We have smart,
No, I think she's absolutely a demon.
Well, yeah, but
and then
so we
there's
have her, and
then
that's
there's
about
the
it. Everyone else
friends.
just dies.
no wait, then
Then
there's the
there's
friends. Yeah, the smart guy who's the coolest best friend ever, because when he learns that he's dealing with a fucking demon. He's like, okay, I'm not leaving. And then there's the dumb friend who I'm glad dies horribly, unfortunately off screen, who just wants to fuck a little sister.
Which was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy wants. That guy
nobody's
likes
attracted to their own
Orino,
little
doesn't he?
sister.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was not fully unconvinced that that's what he actually gave him. It was just the complete Orihime anime on TV.
Oh, that's right. He gave him the shitty fucking anime. God damn it.
He just throws it away.
I'm gonna guess from what I read in this manga that the guy who made it just really wanted to capture the magic of that series he's basing it off of, but he updated it by screwing around with a popular fetish instead and just made it as ridiculously stupid as imaginable.
Pretty much. It adds to the stupidity when the scan I read of it, it just uses the term the lolita for literally every single reference to this girl. You can't just say the creepy girl or the girl or One-chan or like anything. I'm getting scared of the lolita. There you go. I'm just like, I just don't even know.
It's just like a dark Komodo.
Yeah, basically.
Got the annoying little sister.
It's kind of weird this came from, this was based off Sakishi Ono because it's like a completely different series outside of few little hints and nods, like when they go to the hospital and it's kind of hinting something like this happened before. And it seems to be sort of hinting at that series it's basing itself off of. But then the girl comes crawling along the fucking ceiling. She murders people off screen, and she's like keeps calling the main character Oni-chan over and over.
Oni-chan?
This is what happens. It was like, my god, I feel like this is what people on A see in their nightmares.
Like Sakishi Ono, despite my problems with it, its ending was fantastic. It just left you on this big note of confusion and what the fuck just happened. But this decides to make you say what the fuck just happened as a punchline.
That was so pointless.
He murdered everyone.
I just could not stop laughing.
Like, oh, you killed the wrong person.
Oh, not even that, where it's just like, I keep the corpses of my victims inside my teddy bear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? The entire time I was reading that final chapter, the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme was playing in my head.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Oh my god, I can picture it now, the beginning of it. The guy goes up, he sees the girl in the trash and everything, and it's just black text, white font, It's Always Sunny music playing, the gang finds One-chan.
The gang finds a little sister.
Yeah, this is kind of a weird series, the way it uses horror DNA in it. Like, it has terrible characters you want to see die in it that are awful people, but also has normal people you don't hate, which is rare nowadays.
Yeah, the actual little sister, not the crazy murder one, was just like a normal person, which was like, you know, normally this would be fine. I'd almost prefer her to be the protagonist of a series than the actual main character who has zero qualities whatsoever, but she's normal.
She kind of reminds...
You have her friend who basically tries to stand up for her and gets brutally
Yeah,
murdered.
basically, I like the two of them way more than anyone else in the series.
Yeah, pretty much. They're like I
thought it was kind of...
Sorry.
I thought it was kind of stupid, though. Her friend's, like, talking to her about the stalker Lolita and, like, the urban legend. And she's like, oh, that might be the person who's, like, stalking us. And then she comes in, and she's just like, who are you?
What's going on?
What are you doing here? Go away.
And doesn't seem to notice the giant, like, 3-foot sledgehammer she's holding.
Oh, yeah.
What are you gonna do with that?
I think
go hammer some nails?
That it was behind the door.
See, we established that, like... See, I just imagine these situations where it's like with the chainsaw, the crazy Lolita girl just ran into, like, a Home Depot, or a Japanese equivalent of a Home Depot, and just fucking grabbed one and ran out.
No, she probably killed someone for it.
Probably. But can you imagine, like, this girl in the dress just runs out with her teddy bear and it's just like, hey, you need to pay for that, my big brother!
I think this series makes her out to be a demon. I
think.
Yeah, like, it makes more sense with the implication in sending out, plus all the ridiculous shit she does should be impossible
basically.
Otherwise.
Yeah, I think that's what they were going for, especially with, like, the side story thing, where it's just, there's, like, the doll factory, because creepy dolls are creepy, I guess,
But then there's, like, a lot of stuff that suggests otherwise, like, when she's crawling on the ceiling in the hospital, you can make the argument that's just a hallucination the main character's having, because nothing really happens after he spots her, and she just disappears, suggesting that wasn't real, so...
True, but also the head tilt thing that she does at the end was supposed to be like the demons, I think.
Oh no, that's just a thing that anime has to do now because Studio Shaft
pioneered it. I've been watching Monogatari, and they really do it as much as everyone says.
Yes, they do. And so does everyone else.
Yeah.
But also, like, she kind of makes wounds appear on her body, like, just at will.
Oh yeah, she, like rips the stitches out of her arm and stuff.
Well, also, she just can't... She randomly becomes covered with the bruises again that she had when she was in the... Like, when she first got to the mental hospital. Like, at one point, she just gets really angry, and then her body's covered in bruises, even though they look like tiger stripes.
Yeah, basically.
In the art.
Oh, I just remembered that with the fucking Doctor's Diary, the main character never gets a chance to finish it until the most inopportune time.
See, what I thought was going to happen was it was like the thing was like drenched in blood and everything, and I thought he was going to be like, oh shoot, I can't read this because it's literally covered.
No, he just didn't get a chance because it got interrupted, and then the reason's like, oh shit, I fucked up.
Couldn't read that in like the back of class or something?
Well... Yeah, exactly. Oh, here's the answer.
Oops.
The very next page. No, that wasn't a good idea.
Well, if only I'd have read this.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'll save it for later. I gotta go get pizza for lunch.
To be fair, he was instantly attacked and kidnapped by the crazy girl.
True.
So.
That's true. This guy cannot cut a break.
His whole family murdered.
He did get his whole family murdered.
Yeah,
oh my god, the one moment where I just knew immediately where it was going, whereas when he's captured and he like draws her and everything and he's like, hi, it's like, hi there, can I have the pencil sharpener to finish this drawing? And they like a scene like a page or two prior, they show the person who's like inspecting the house because no one has entered or left the house in weeks, and I'm like, oh, she's gonna die.
Yep.
He's gonna sharpen.
And then she dies.
He's gonna sharpen the pencil, go to stab the little sister, and it's just gonna be all whap whap whap.
Do 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 do.
See, the worst thing is like most of the stuff in Ibitsu is like these points could maybe work in a better series, maybe, but.
I don't think the guy writing this had any interest in actually making anything scary.
Yeah. I mean, that happens sometimes with horror manga where it's like, let's not make it scary, let's just draw all this ridiculous shit that I'm never allowed to draw any other time.
Yeah, I pretty much got the idea that this was supposed to be a comedy the entire time from that extra chapter he did with the editor.
Oh god, that was weird.
Oh god, that was hilarious.
Draw my OC!
Honestly though, speaking of side stories, I think that doll chapter, which you brought up a while ago, I think that was the closest the series ever really got to really scary.
It was kind of good, even, like, I thought it was kind of clever, at least with the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't call it bad at all, because it's definitely not trying to be scary, it's just trying to be the most amazing thing that's ever existed, and it succeeded.
Yeah, it struck me kind of like in the same way of Friday the 13th or something would, where it's like, all these teenagers go to this thing, and then bad stuff happened, but like it actually pulled it off with a decent pace or whatever, or they had one guy, it's like, oh, you've been here before, and everything. So I felt like that was a lot better done than anything else in it.
I'd say this...
I just thought the ending, I was just kind of like I didn't react, oh, it's so tragic, they died. I was just like, oh, it's kind of cute, the dolls are happy again. I'm happy for them.
Oh, she finally got her Oni-chan.
There we go.
I would put this like on a level like Freddy versus Jason in terms of like horror movie comparisons would go, because it's not really that scary, but that was never the point. It's just really funny and really ridiculous.
Yeah, kind of.
And terrible.
I almost put it on the level of like, well, not okay. I like this movie a lot more than I liked this manga because I like this movie, but like Dead Alive or something.
Oh God!
And Johnathan, it just now occurred to me why you brought the greatest meme on Twitter onto our podcast to talk about this.
Go on.
No, that was the whole thought. It now fully dawns on me why Lamar was here.
There we go. Because I would mention Dead Alive.
No.
Also,
because
just
the series is silly, and we bring the silly person on to talk about it.
There we go. Also, for anyone who has not seen Dead Alive, the last 10 to 15 minutes of that movie is oh my god.
Like, do you mean the live action and animated? Like,
it's a live action movie. It was one of the Peter Jackson movies before he did Lord of the Rings.
I kick ass for the Lord.
I kick ass for the Lord.
Oh, I remember that.
But,
yeah. Fuck, that movie was amazing.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but there's other than it just being ridiculously violent at the end, there's a plot point that's kind of if you've seen it, you know. I'm not gonna spoil what it is, but oh my god.
Fuck, that's a spectacular movie.
John, I'm pretty sure you've seen it, right? You know,
I've seen enough of it to know I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh god.
Guys, I know we haven't really talked about anything concrete with the series, but I mean, I also feel like we've gotten every point we can make about this series out.
Yeah.
There's nothing concrete about this series.
I mean, like, anything anyone wants to say on the artwork? Because I actually think it's not bad.
It was good.
Yeah, the art's pretty good.
It was good.
The art actually reminded me of two different things, Soul Eater and The World Ends With You.
Oh yeah, I could see both.
Yeah,
of those,
the real sister character kind of looks like one of those schoolgirls that the characters sometimes run into in The World Ends With You. The eyes kind of reminded me of Krona at some points, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, the crazy girl kind of looks like Krona in a funny get-up.
I was gonna say she looks almost like a mixture between Krona and like Dr. Stein or something.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Do you think we're big enough to ask for fan art of that?
Oh God, no.
Oh.
I'll draw it in like MS Paint. And say it's a statement.
That's so spectacular. Okay, yeah, I think we're done. So, final thoughts?
Ibitsu fucking sucks.
10 out of 10, best thing ever.
I had a laugh. I definitely had a laugh reading it.
Dude got impaled by golf clubs. So,
yeah, that's true. Alright, so, is that your series score, Johnathan? 10 out of 10?
I would probably give it like a 7 out of 10. It's really entertaining, it's really stupid, but it knows it's stupid and just goes with it.
Okay, Lamar, go for it.
This is just the palate cleanser I needed after finishing all the Diabolic Lovers.
Oh god.
Oh god, we have to talk about that tomorrow. Fuck.
Be glad you dodged that, Danny. Because season 2, like the first season, I could argue is hilarious because it's just really that terrible, and then it stops being hilarious and starts being just terrible. Oh, but God. Season 2 actually tries to be good, which makes it worse.
Yeah. Oh my god, yes.
All I hear is like really, really annoying abusive voice. I'm like, oh, I just watched that show.
Yeah, Dance with Devils was ridiculously tame compared to Diabolic Lovers, trust me. You're going to be glad you missed it.
Well,
yeah, really. Danny, you may be the person I forced to watch Dance for missing that now.
Oh, no.
Just because you're here. Lamar, what would you rate Ibitsu?
Are we talking my enjoyment rating or like an actual what I would give it?
Let's go for actual.
Okay, for actual, I'd probably give it like a 3, but in terms of enjoyment, I'd give it like a 7 or 8. I laughed my ass off at this thing.
Okay.
So a 6?
Sure.
Okay, so final rating from Lamar is 6. Danny, what rating would you give this?
I'm gonna go with like a 6. I'll be generous. I'll give it a 6. Story wasn't good. But it was kind of funny, and the art was good at least.
That's true.
And it was short, so it didn't like wear on me.
That's true.
Oh Christ! If this was like 10 volumes, I would lose my mind.
Oh God.
I think we can agree that the world is a better place for this existing in it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I had a laugh. It's like it's a dumb horror series, but it's pretty harmless.
Yeah. I got some good screen cap.
There we go.
And it teaches important lessons like don't throw vases at your little sister.
Yes,
don't
exactly.
stab your neighbors with pencils.
No, you're supposed to do that. They never
Oh,
said
right.
you weren't supposed to.
Well, I'd give it a 6 out of 10 as well. I think it has good artwork, but I think the story is horrible. The characters are just there to be killed. And the creepy Lolita girl is, well, just that, a creepy Lolita girl.
Wait a minute, 3 of us gave it a 6. That means...
Oh no! It's the devil!
It's the weed number. Oh.
I'm trying.
See
What was the name of the second member of Tenacious D? Because I wanted to make a reference to the movie, but now I kind of ruined it.
Kyle?
Got guessed?
Yeah, I wanted to mention the final song from that movie, and I can't now. I'm sad.
What, you mean Beelzebub?
Yeah.
Dude, you don't need context to fucking mention Beelzebub in my presence.
Well, I kind of gave it away.
I'm still surprised that Beelzebub was Dave Grohl of all people.
Yeah, really.
That's so weird.
Alright, so it's 25 out of 40. Someone fucking divide that.
That's a lot of numbers.
I don't think I know how numbers. Hold on. let me totally do this in my head with my computer. This is 0.625.
Alright, so fuck it. It's 6 out of 10.
Alright.
Oh, fuck me. Alright, so that was our dumb little our little Yondir themed manga for fucking Valentine's Day. Kinda. I don't know if this counts. Fuck it.
Tomorrow night we need to meet up with Megan and Stephanie to talk about diabolic lovers and bad anime romance.
Oh no.
Yes, that's right.
And I'm going to talk about Testament of Sister New Devil. Fuck all y'all.
Oh, is that what you're picking for your bad romance topic?
Mixed.
Okay. I'm gonna keep out and pick Dog and Scissors.
Oh Christ! I own that. I now because one of my friends.
You own that?
One of my friends sent it to me for Christmas.
Holy fuck! Your friends hate you.
Of course, Lamar owns that.
Solely as a joke. One of my friends sent me Dog and Scissors because I marathoned it in one night.
Oh Jesus!
I remember that night. I was on a
Skype
call until 3 in the morning watching this show, being like, if I open up 2 tabs of this at once and watch 2 episodes at once, can I get through it faster? Does that count?
I just did a silent laugh. I couldn't breathe.
Dog and Scissors is it's an experience.
I gave it a 5 out of 10, and I stay by that. Fight me.
Oh, fuck me. Did you seriously give fucking Dog and Scissors a 5 out of 10, Johnathan?
Dude, you've seen the shit I've watched. Dog and Scissors is mild compared to the crap I've seen.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Speaking of which, since I haven't seen it, you think I could get away with recommending Shuffle for Heavy Storms?
I'll kill you. I am not reliving that. Not even the Yandere scenes are enough to get me to go back.
Let's see. Master of Martial Arts, Gantz, Shuffle. The fact that I don't watch any fucking anime is working amazingly to my advantage.
I just realized.
Does anyone remember when Gantz was popular? That's so weird. I was having this moment where I was like, realizing shows I liked years ago are now becoming like the classic. I'm like, fuck, what?
I think.
What do you mean the original Haruhi was released in 2006?
Oh god,
I think at a certain point in time we were all just collectively both an ironic hipster teen and Shadow the Hedgehog, which is why Gantz got popular.
Yeah, probably.
Alright, Zay, look forward to the Heavy Storms, Diabolic Lovers coming up. Look forward to the next episode of Rainy Day Reading, where we will be talking about Satoshi Kon's Tropic of the Sea. I'm bringing Stephanie on and someone else for that.
Danny, Joe, David, and I are also going to be doing another Heavy Storms this month at the end for Kokoro Connect, which might actually be the second good, not terrible show we've watched for the series.
Oh, that's nice. You're still doing a second episode? Okay.
Yeah.
Got End of Eva on Heavy Storms.
I mean, okay. I don't know, I just think like we're already doing one episode of Heavy Storms. It's supposed to be once a month, but whatever.
Yeah, we're, the Diabolic Lovers thing is a special for, the 14th, remember, because we couldn't watch it for, we had to watch Miracle Train instead.
Yeah, because the random generator spit it out, so we decided to make Diabolic Lovers Valentine's Day special, I remember.
Oh my.
Oh god.
Hey, Lamar, have you seen Miracle Train, by the way?
No, I have not.
Do you want to learn to love a train station?
Do I?
Yes, you do. Look that up.
Okay.
Alright. I think we're done here, folks.
Right.
Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Also, you can check out my Twitter at twitter.com/Lamar the Frog, at Lamar the Frog, as well as my SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/Lamar-the-Frog. Also, check out my short story I wrote at www.emotionorb.blogspot.com. I think I probably have that wrong. I lied. Okay, I did it.
Bear.
Bears.
I told you I'd forget.
Bear.
Bears.
I just need to shamelessly plug everything.
Bear.
It has to go.
Bear.
Watch your centric
Bears.
family.
I'm
real.
Dang.
Real. Bear.
People ask me, is it pronounced dang or is it pronounced dang? And I just tell them, and I just respond with dang.
My headcanon is dang. I like dang.
Reassemble it with your hands.
Reassemble it with your hands.
3 corn cob emojis.
Smoke weed every day. Vape.
Oh god.
The guy I knew who vaped also went to jail for armed robbery, so...
Well then.
Food for thought.